Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com. Here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, September 4th through Sunday, September 10th, 2017. So this is the first full week in the month of September. You might want to think about going to my YouTube channel under Colleen Lemma and watching the monthly angel card reading for September. This month is going to be the new beginning within the year of new beginnings, and so it is a quite powerful transformation or transition point as far as from last month, August, when we had those eclipses and we were in a 9-month in a 1 year. Now we're in a 1 month in a 1 year. So again, go back and watch that monthly angel card reading. For this weekly angel card reading, we're going to be using the Angel Tarot deck by Doreen Virtue, and your special message card, depending on your stone of choice, is going to be coming from the Archangel Oracle deck, also by Doreen Virtue. So let's start by looking at your stones of choice for the week. I have 3 new beautiful stones, and I'm just in love with each and every one of them. The first stone, and hopefully I say this right because this is a name that I haven't heard before, but it's called Oso Geode. It's O-C-O, so Oso or Oko Geode. I'm going to say Oso. And you can see that it's got this beautiful kind of, I don't know, these lines. It's kind of a beige agate, and it's got dark brown and even black spirals in it. I think it's just gorgeous. And this helps with astral traveling. It helps with healing things of the mental realm. So any kind of anxiety or fears on the mental realm, it's going to help to heal those. It actually helps to stimulate, even on a physical level, the immune system. So if you have things going on with your immune system, this is going to help with that. And because of that, it helps to actually balance the body, helps to balance the physical body. So again, that's the Oso Geode. The second stone of choice, also brand new stone for me, is a pink opal, beautiful pink opal. And this is a stone of hope and achievement, and it brings kind of this aspect or, whoops, energy. Oh, it just jumped right on my hand. It brings this aspect or energy of good luck. It helps to heal the emotions, so relates to that heart chakra of healing the emotions and any painful memories associated with the emotions. Again, sorry about dropping that, but that's a pink opal. Your last stone of choice. Now, this is something that I've had before, but this is a much larger piece that I've had before, and again, a new stone, and I'm trying to see how much we got shaded or light here. I don't know if you can see it very good, but it's called iolite. And the iolite, it's kind of a bluish purple sort of stone here. This is actually helping with the third eye and crown chakras of your chakra system. It's going to help with guided meditation, astral traveling. It helps to stimulate psychic vision. It helps to stimulate the imagination. It's very good also for healing in those areas of the third eye and crown chakra. It even helps to strengthen your auric field and almost has a little bit of an electrical energy to it. So again, this is the iolite. And if you wondered on what chakra the Oso Geode related to, that would be more like the root chakra of security, stability, bringing things into manifestation. So again, we have the Oso Geode, we have the pink opal of the heart chakra area, and we have the iolite of the third eye and crown chakra areas here. So let's talk a little bit about the astrology for the week. We start out on Tuesday the 5th. Now, I'm going to say we're going to feel this also on Monday because it happens really early in the morning, Eastern Daylight Time on Tuesday. So for those of you, again, in the United States, on this side of the world, we're going to feel that Monday evening as well. But it's about the Sun opposing Neptune. Now, of course, the Sun is now in the sign of Virgo, the sign of purity and perfection. It's an earth sign, so it deals with practical matters, focusing on details. But now because it's opposing Neptune, that brings in this little bit of confusion energy. When the Sun in Virgo is opposing that Neptune influence, it's not going to be able to focus as much on the details. It's not going to be as stable or practical, if you will. It brings it more of a spiritual flavor, but because Virgo is all about the mind and the mental realm and about analyzing things and trying to be logical, you know, when it connects with Neptune, it kind of brings in that little bit of uncertainty, a little bit of confusion. This is probably an energy that may play out with relationships, situations with other people, because of that, again, opposition that usually plays out with other people when you have an opposition. Now, it can be really good for, you know, creative endeavors, but again, the Sun being in Virgo likes to be more logical than creative. But if you can just kind of let go and trust and, you know, just kind of go with it and let things just kind of unfold, then that's going to be the best way to handle this transit. Also on Tuesday, Mars, the planet of energy and action, is also now moving into the sign of Virgo. So now we have both the Sun and Mars in that Virgo energy. And Mars, again, is about forward movement. Again, it's about, you know, action energies. So with it now being in the sign of Virgo for the next little while, this is really going to be about, again, paying attention to details, taking things step by step, organizing, making a list, preparing. You know, it's definitely about really paying attention to the fine points that need to be paid attention to. It's going to be much more logical in its movement forward. And actually, I feel like Mars in Virgo might have many projects going on at once. So I feel like there's a lot of multitasking while it's in Virgo. And I didn't look up the exact date, I'm sorry, about when how long it's going to be in Virgo, but it's going to be in Virgo for a few weeks, okay? So definitely through the whole month of September, we're going to have Mars in Virgo. And, you know, that's, you know, a typical time of going back to school and, you know, getting more serious about work, getting more serious about our projects, and that really entails what this Mars in Virgo is going to be all about. Also on Tuesday's a big day. Also on Tuesday the 5th, Mercury is going back to direct motion, finally. Now, Mercury started out in retrograde motion at 11 degrees of Virgo, but these last few days here, I believe it was last Thursday, that it went back, retrograded back into the sign of Leo, okay? The creative, passionate, you know, leadership-oriented sign of Leo. So as it's going back to direct motion on Tuesday, it's actually at 28 degrees of Leo. And the interesting thing about that is that the 28th degree of Leo is the point where we had our new moon solar eclipse on August 21st, okay? And if you watched last week's weekly reading, you would have found out that Mars, when it was at the tail end of Leo, before moving now into Virgo, that Mercury and Mars came together at that 28th degree of Leo, because again, Mercury was slowing down. It was stationing at that solar eclipse degree. Mars last week probably activated something into motion, and now that Mercury's gone direct at that 28th degree, now something can really start to unfold. Something, a message is coming in here. A message, communication, news about something that probably was initiated or thought about last week. So if you can think about that, did you initiate anything? Did you have an inspirational idea? Did you start a new creative project or think about starting a new creative project? Did you have some sort of a meeting or an interview or conversation with somebody that inspired some sort of new creative idea? Now that Mercury's gone direct at 28 Leo, again, that solar eclipse degree, now we can allow things to move forward and unfold in a much better manner. We can kind of take action on that idea. Now on Wednesday the 6th, we have a full moon. So, okay, Monday and Tuesday we're in the dark of the moon, kind of the shadow of the moon. So in starting something with that Mercury going direct on Tuesday, you might even want to wait until you know, just before that. Well, actually, the full moon is at 3:03 a.m. on Wednesday morning, and that's Eastern time, okay? For those of you in Europe, for those of you in Australia, New Zealand, it's occurring much later in the day on Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, etc. But for those of us in the United States area, we're going to feel that full moon on Tuesday. So I'm going to back up there as far as, you know, that Mercury going direct on Tuesday and waiting till Wednesday. No, don't wait, because again, the moon is at its fullest that night, Tuesday night, and again at 3:03 a.m. Wednesday morning, while most of us are sleeping, is when the moon is at its fullest point. This is going to happen at 13 degrees Pisces, almost 14 degrees. So we're talking 13 to 14 degrees Pisces is where our full moon is at. And Pisces is a water sign. It's a very sensitive sign. It's an emotional sign. It's a sign that rules the collective of humanity. So I feel like, you know, we're going to feel, as we always do feel, very emotional during a full moon. This is going to be much more so because it's that Pisces energy. Any of the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, would bring much more of an intensity of emotions during a full moon cycle. So this is one of those signs, Pisces, where we're going to feel a little bit more emotional, a little bit more sensitive. And you know, with Pisces, you know, being naturally ruled by the planet Neptune, I'm going to even say that things are going to be a little bit more confusing. Neptune kind of sometimes is a confusing energy. Things are not clear. You know, things are happening on the spiritual level, but because they're not, you know, manifested yet on the earthly level, or we can't see them with our own two physical eyes, that's where the confusion comes in. So, you know, more sensitive, more emotional, and maybe more confusing during this full moon at 13 to 14 degrees of Pisces. But again, a good time to start to move forward with those creative, inspirational ideas now that Mercury has gone to direct motion. Then we're going to skip to Saturday the 9th. On Saturday the 9th, we have the Sun in Virgo, and now it's in a positive connection to Pluto. Now, Pluto is the planet of power and authority, and it can bring in aspects of control or disempowerment, or what you might call, quote unquote, you know, the darkness. But the darkness is just a lack of light. It's a lack of being empowered or owning your power. So really those positive aspects are what we want to focus on. We want to focus on Pluto's sense of empowerment, its sense of owning our power. We want to focus on Pluto as far as transformation and big changes and redirecting our life in the most positive, powerful way. Pluto's also about transmuting lower vibrational energies. Now, with the Sun being in Virgo, an earth sign, the Pluto is in Capricorn, another earth sign. Again, they're in a positive connection here. They blend a little bit more harmoniously. So because the Sun is our identity, our personality, and how we shine our light, this may be a time that we're going to feel really empowered. And again, we're going to feel this on Friday and moving into the early hours Saturday morning, because again, it happens very early in the morning in the United States at 6:41 a.m. on Saturday morning. So all of Friday, you're going to feel this empowered feeling, and it's going to be really a time to kind of own that power in a positive spiritual way and transform your life. Also on Saturday, Mercury now moves into Virgo. Okay, it was really quick. It went direct at 28 degrees Leo on Tuesday, and then by Saturday now, it's moved back into Virgo. So now we have the Sun in Virgo, Mars is in Virgo, and now we have Mercury in Virgo. So a lot of Virgo energy here, a lot of earth energy, which is again about practicality and being conservative and working and dedication and, you know, persevering and paying attention to details. The thing about Virgo is, even though it's an earth sign, it's the earth sign out of the earth signs of Taurus and Virgo and Capricorn. It's the earth sign that's mutable. It's a mutable earth sign, which means changeable. Whenever we say mutable with astrology, we're talking about it being changeable, not as focused as the other earth signs, okay? That's why Virgo can very easily multitask, because it's not so focused. Like Taurus is a very fixed sign. It's very focused, very stubborn. Virgo, it's like, okay, it's practical, it's earthly in nature, it's about, you know, third dimensional kinds of things, work and, you know, being dedicated towards our goals and things like that. But it's good at multitasking because it's mutable. So our mind is thinking about a lot now. Mercury is the planet of the thoughts, our ideas, the mental realm. It's even about, obviously, communication. So we're able to multitask on the mental realm, but sometimes when we're multitasking, especially with that Virgo energy, sometimes the ego mind comes up a little bit too much, and we get caught up in the details, we get caught up too much in overanalyzing or overthinking things, and because we have a lot of Virgo energy now, that might happen, to where that ego mind is saying, well, that's not logical, or no, that doesn't make any sense. Well, you have to remember that, yes, we're living, you know, in the third dimensional planet, although we're moving very quickly into fifth dimensional energies, but we can't always overanalyze or overthink. We can't always be logical, or we can't always depend on what we think we see in our outer reality with our two physical eyes. We have to trust and have faith and know that things are going on behind the scenes on the spiritual level, and that things are happening on that spiritual level to the effect that not always what we see is going to be what we get or what really happens, okay? So again, just don't get bogged down into the mental ego mind too much. You know, allow again for trusting and having faith, which sometimes Virgo has a little bit of difficulty doing. So let's go ahead and take a look at the cards and see what the message is for the week. Okay, so we turn over the first card and we have the Nine of Air. The Nine of Air is, in the traditional tarot, it's the Nine of Swords. The air suit is the sword suit. And again, that does deal with the mental realm. So it's not surprising, since we have Mercury going direct this week, and later on the weekend it goes back into Virgo, that we're dealing with mental energies here. The message at the bottom says, expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies and sleepless nights. Now, the number 9 is the last of the single digits before we get to the number 10. So in essence, we are actually moving towards the end of something. We're moving towards the end of this negative thinking. We're moving towards the end of these, you know, expectations on the mental level of the worst. So let's move beyond that. The number 9 is also about trust and faith, just as I was just talking about. So let's move instead into an area of trust and faith, instead of just being lodged in that logical mental realm of the air suit, okay? Let's take a look at the second card to get more information as we move throughout the week. Okay, we have the Eight of Water. And the Eight of Water, this would be the Eight of Cups in the traditional tarot. And so it's about the emotions and our feelings. And it says at the bottom, a desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. A lot of times when we get the Eight of Cups, we're talking about feelings of disempowerment, emotional disempowerment. So in effect, we're disempowering ourselves by not moving forward or staying attached to a situation or even a relationship that might be disempowering, or I want to say staying attached to a thought or a belief system that may be disempowering. But as this card says, a desire to move on. We're ready to move on. We want to move forward out of this murky waters here and feel more empowered and feel more confident and feel more of our sense of our inner authority, which is all about what that Sun trining Pluto on Friday and Saturday is going to be about. So if you notice here, the 8 cups, there is about probably 4 of them here that are just kind of wishy-washy in the background. You can barely see them. They might be tipped over a little bit, but we got 3 or 4 cups here that are more clear, okay? And so not all is lost. You know, we're not totally, you know, disempowered. That's just an illusion. And it's an illusion, again, of the emotional feelings that we have, that we're attached to, old wounds that we have on that emotional realm that we're attached to, coupled with that 9 of Air that we started out with, with the, negative ego mind of expecting the worst, or not having the most positive expectations. So I feel like with, again, all this Virgo energy, we're leading up to a full moon. Mercury is kind of at a standstill, and so that kind of causes a little bit of challenge for the mental mind when Mercury is at a standstill, as it's just getting ready to turn back to direct motion and move forward again. This is why we're dealing with a lot of these things. Now remember, it's not a negative. This is bringing things up because of the full moon energy. It's bringing things up from the subconscious, those old thoughts and belief systems, those old disempowering emotions and feelings, and even disempowering situations that need to be recognized, understood, and then healed. Let's go ahead and take a look at the last card. And this is the Nine of Fire. Okay, it's likened to the Knight, or the Nine of Wands in the regular tarot. And it says, don't give up. Protect that which you've created, and have courage and believe in yourself. And that's really, what we're needing to move towards. And again, this, to me, we feel more empowered with that Sun trining Pluto on Friday and Saturday. We're feeling more empowered and ready to take our power back. This is about having courage. This is about believing in ourselves. Protecting that which you've created, meaning protecting your dreams, protecting your goals, protecting what you've been working towards, protecting what you're passionate about, protecting you, your identity, your truth, your spiritual truth, okay? Protect all of that. Own that. Move with passion towards that. Be confident in that. Know that that is going to happen, that it's going to manifest, as long as you stay focused in a positive way towards those goals and you keep moving towards them. All right, now I did pull a fourth card here because we were having a full moon. I just felt like I wanted to do that for this week. Let's see what it is. Okay, this is Major Arcana number 15, the Ego, which we've been talking about, Archangel Jophiel, which is the Archangel of Beauty. So the first message right away is focus on the beauty in your life. Find things that are beautiful to focus on. Whether it be your animals and pets, maybe it's nature, maybe it's going to an art gallery, maybe it's paying attention to the clothes you're wearing, the colors that you're wearing. Focus on the sense of beauty. Ask Archangel Jophiel to help you find beauty. The message at the bottom says, a false sense of entrapment. Being overly focused on material things, or again, the third dimension is another way to say that. Negative or fear-based thoughts, okay? Again, Virgo, that Virgo energy can sometimes get caught up in worries and doubts and fears, and this is exactly what this is about, especially with the full moon energy cropping up in the opposite sign of Pisces. Again, it's going to be intensely emotional, intensely sensitive regarding this. Now, if you look at the image in the card, this person is wearing a mask, so he really can't see. Again, the ego mind is like creating in his mind all of these illusions, these doubts, these pictures in his mind are being created that are not of the best and highest. They might be quite challenging. Whereas if he just takes off that mask that's creating that illusion in his mind, he's going to see beautiful Archangel Jophiel standing behind him with her beautiful golden wings and, her light that's kind of shining the way, shining light on any of those challenges that he's, again, creating in his mind. This is all about the mind. It's not reality. So just take off that mask of illusion and focus on beauty, focus on peace, focus on compassion, and focus on unconditional love in your life. Now let's go ahead and take a look at your special message card depending on your stone of choice. For those of you that chose the Oso Geode, I'm going to ask the archangels for a message for Oso Geode people. This one's calling my attention, so... Ooh, I like it. Archangel Uriel with brilliant idea. This to me is Mercury going direct at 28 degrees Leo, that solar eclipse degree. It says, yes, your idea is divinely guided. Please take action to bring your idea to fruition. So Archangel Uriel is the archangel of divine inspiration. He helps us with our belief systems. He helps us to heal our belief systems so that they're more positive, more uplifting, more in alignment with our divine truth. Archangel Uriel is the archangel, to me, that helps us with claircognizance, just knowing something, or again, having this download of information, or having, again, that inspirational idea that just pops into your head. Hey, maybe you should try this. That's divinely guided, okay? Look at the orange colors, the yellow colors. This is all about passion and willpower and, you know, again, owning your sense of power here with Archangel Uriel. So I feel like you really need to listen to the positive, your positive mental body, and not the negative ego mind. And the best way to do that is through meditation, through quieting the mind, stilling your mind. Maybe go out in nature, having a relaxing bath, or doing a meditation so that you can be connected to that higher God mind, if you will, that higher energy. All right, let's take a look at the special message for those that chose the pink opal. Pink opal people. This one on the bottom is just calling my attention. And, ooh, I like this one too. This is Archangel Uriel as well. And it says, you know what to do. It says, trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. So again, another message to allow that divine guidance to just kind of come in. Again, this deals with claircognizance, just knowing something to be right, knowing something to be true. You don't necessarily know how. It might not have any logic behind it, but you just have a feeling that this is the right thing. Something pops into your mind. And Archangel Uriel here is lighting the way. He's lighting the way for you to have this inspirational thought, to have, you know, to follow this inspirational guidance or message. I feel like this might come in through like a conversation with other people, something they say, you know, oftentimes like, you know, something you see on a billboard or in a magazine, or just something that just stands out to you that you might run across. It could be a musical lyric in a song, something that gives you that inspirational guidance. And then not only are you supposed to recognize it, but this actual message says to act on it without delay, okay? Do not wait. You know, go ahead and initiate something regarding whatever information comes in for you this week. All right, and then for those of you that chose the Iolite, so let's give this a little shuffle, asking for the message for Iolite people to come in. Not seeing it yet. Okay, this one's calling my attention. This one is Nurture with Archangel Gabriel. And it says, as you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important for you right now. So, you know, I feel like, you know, this could definitely be literal about nurturing children or a child, about nurturing your own inner child. But I feel like this is also about nurturing your projects and your ideas. It just goes back to me to projects and ideas and things that you're working on. I feel like you need to tend to them, nurture them, give them love, give them attention. You know, again, because projects are your children, you know, the things that you're working towards as far as your goals, your dreams, they are like your children. It's a birth of your creative mind, the creation of your mind. And that's what I feel mostly with this card, is that you're nurturing your goals. You're nurturing things that you're working on. You're nurturing the manifestation of your dreams to come true. Just like a child is a dream come true for a lot of people, for parents, you know, it's a beautiful, magical miracle, okay, when we birth a child and we want to nurture that child. So the same is true with all of your goals and dreams, your destiny path, and what you're working on in your life. And that's what I mostly feel from this card today. So I hope you've liked this weekly angel card reading. I want to thank each and every one of you for your love, your support, your comments on my YouTube videos, as well as my Facebook pages, Colleen Lemma and Sacred Soul Empowerment. I send you all lots of love and light and many, many angel blessings until we meet again next week. Namaste, everyone.